When you work a grueling, low-paying job, you likely have one primary goal for your children: ensuring they never have to follow in your footsteps. For our-in-law, a master pot maker, the craft was a physical burden. Sourcing the clay meant a 16-kilometer trek and a dangerous descent to the riverbank. She spent her days hauling heavy loads uphill and pounding stubborn earth inside bamboo cylinders just to make it pliable. She wanted Scintilla to become a lever instead. It was work that could be done indoors, safe from the elements, and far removed from the back-breaking labor of the clay pits. The math was simple. Months of labor at the kiln yielded only a few rupees, while weaving a single shawl provided a significant, reliable income for the family. Our-in-law's decision was the height of maternal pragmatism. In the choice between preserving a difficult, unprofitable tradition and securing a child's future comfort, the choice felt obvious. Scintilla was drawn to the tactile, rhythmic process of the craft. She watched with fascination as shapeless earth transformed into vessels before her eyes. Arenla remained unmoved. She flatly refused to teach her daughter, hoping that by denying her the tools and the training, the girl's interest would eventually fade away. To the rest of the village, this private maternal choice looked like a public scandal. It raises a difficult question. If a traditional skill offers the artist no wealth and no joy, do they still have a responsibility to keep it alive? Scintilla bypassed her mother's blockade by sneaking away to watch other expert potters while her parents worked in the fields. She memorized the mechanics of the shed, the specific way they mixed the water, the rhythm of the wooden spatula against the clay, and the careful layering of hay and bamboo used to fire the kilns. The community's concern eventually reached the Council of Elders. They summoned Scintilla's father, demanding to know why a master potter was refusing to pass on her knowledge. The elders issued a clear decree. Arenla had a duty to teach her daughter. In their view, her personal feelings about the work were secondary to the survival of the skill itself. The council viewed these techniques as communal assets, living records of their history that did not belong to any one individual. To them, an expert is simply a temporary steward of a public legacy. In this culture, the continuity of the group's identity takes precedence over the economic comfort or the individual autonomy of the artist. Faced with the pressure of the council's mandate and her daughter's persistence, Arenla finally yielded. Inside the shed, the training became physical. Scintilla learned to coordinate her left hand inside the rotating clay and how to add the final strip of dough to fashion a sturdy rim. After finishing a batch, Arenla feigned a headache and left the shed. She told Scintilla to finish the remaining pots entirely by herself. With her mother gone, the apprenticeship ended. Scintilla was forced to stop observing and start relying on the knowledge she had finally made her own. The very next morning, before Scintilla's work could even be evaluated, Arenla passed away. Scintilla was overwhelmed by a sense of guilt, feeling as though her own emergence as a potter had somehow required her mother's departure. A villager named Onula later noticed the door to the workshed was slightly ajar. Curious to see the result of the previous day's work, she stepped inside. She found 2 neat rows of newly made pots sitting side by side on the ground. One batch belonged to the master and the other to the novice. Yet Onula could find no difference between them. The 2 rows were completely indistinguishable. The elders had achieved their goal. The artist was gone, but the craft remained a permanent part of the community's shared memory.